If you are running a YouTube channel today, you know the grind. It is absolutely relentless. You aren't just a creator. You're the researcher, the scriptwriter, the SEO expert, the thumbnail designer, the marketing director, the whole shebang. You are literally doing the job of 5 people, and frankly, that leads straight to burnout. But the landscape of content creation has completely shifted in just the last few months, and it's honestly a game changer.
Okay, let's dive into this. What if your YouTube production team cost $0? Seriously, imagine building a Hollywood-level studio operation complete with a market research division and a head screenwriter, all without hiring a massive team and without writing a single line of code. For non-technical creators out there, the era of manually doing everything yourself is over. Today, we're going to look at the exact workflow top creators are using right now to automate their channel growth.
Think of this agenda as your ultimate production schedule. We'll be hitting the single AI trap, the dual engine studio, Gemini's multimodal analysis, Claude's high retention scripts, SEO and metadata polish, and finally, your unfair advantage. We're going to break free from manual burnout together. All right, let's jump right into Act 1, the single AI trap.
So when AI tools first exploded onto the scene, the natural instinct was just to pick one model and try to force it to do every single task in your content pipeline. But relying solely on one AI, that creates a massive trap. If you force a research-heavy model to write your script, well, you end up with robotic, formulaic flows that sound exactly like an AI wrote them. On the flip side, if you force a creative writing model to do heavy market research, you get hallucinated facts and stale data. Actually, the reality is no single model is universally perfect at everything yet.
And that brings us to our solution, Act 2, the Dual Engine Studio. This introduces a cinematic, multi-provider architecture where different AIs take on highly specialized studio roles. You don't just use one tool anymore, you orchestrate a handoff between the 2 most powerful models available today. So the crucial point is this golden rule of the dual engine workflow. Stop using Claude to search the web, and stop using Gemini to write your stories. Each has a very distinct superpower, and mixing them up is exactly what leaves so many creators frustrated with their AI outputs.
Moving into Act 3, let's meet your new lead strategist, Gemini, for multimodal analysis. Gemini's integration into the Google ecosystem and its incredible real-time web access make it the ultimate tool for figuring out what content you actually need to make before you ever press record. And here is where Gemini absolutely shines. 61. That is the number of minutes of a competitor's video that Gemini can process natively in a single prompt. It doesn't just read the transcript, you guys. It processes the audio, the visual cuts, the text on screen, and the motion all at once in literally seconds.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how you can use Gemini to interrogate a video like it's a database. You just feed it a competitor's link and boom, it extracts their hook structure from the first 10 seconds, their visual strategy, right down to the color psychology, and exactly where they place their call to actions. It basically reverse engineers their entire retention strategy for you. How cool is that? But wait, we can take this a step further with cross-format inconsistencies. Because Gemini's multi-model, you can upload a competitor's video ad, a screenshot of their landing page, and a PDF of their blog post, all at the exact same time. Gemini will analyze all of them and spot exactly where their video messaging contradicts their written blogs. Those inconsistencies reveal strategic weaknesses and content gaps that you can instantly exploit for your own channel.
Which brings us smoothly to Act 4, Claude for high-retention natural scripts.
So, Gemini has found the target, identified the gaps, and built a killer research outline. Now, we hand that outline over to Claude. Claude is your screenwriter and your director. It's the absolute best model right now for nuanced, human-sounding prose that actually holds viewer attention. Here is the exact zero-code, step-by-step process to get Claude to write highly authentic scripts for you. First, you upload your voice profile. Second, you feed it that brilliant research outline Gemini just made. And third, you dictate specific hooks and tension loops.
Let's look at step 1 a bit closer, because it's vital. The biggest secret to avoiding that dreaded AI cadence is using voice-to-text to feed Claude your actual life story. Tell it where you grew up, tell it about your struggles, your career. Let it analyze transcripts of how you naturally speak. Save all of that as voice profile alpha, and suddenly Claude isn't just generating generic text anymore, it is writing in your exact voice.
And this brilliantly illustrates the structural directives you need to give Claude. You don't just ask for a script,
You ask it to write in 30 to 45-second tension-release cycles. Have it output a 2-column table where the left side is your spoken audio at a conversational 6th grade reading level, and the right side gives you exact Mid-Journey or Sora text prompts for your B-roll. It literally hands you a complete, production-ready cinematic package.
All right, we are now in Act 5, SEO and metadata polish.
So you've got the perfect strategy, and you've got the perfect script. Now we need to make sure the algorithm actually serves your video to the right audience, right? This is a massive shift you absolutely need to be aware of. YouTube is rolling out a new Gemini-powered Ask YouTube search experience. Search is no longer just about stuffing keywords into a title. It's about evidence. The search engine is actively looking inside your video to see if your spoken words, your visual chapters, and your text actually answer a user's highly specific question.
So what do? You bring Claude and Gemini back together to generate your final upload package. You have them craft title variations that hit curiosity gaps, descriptions that act as rich meta snippets, perfectly timestamped video chapters, and you can even repurpose that script into an email newsletter and social media posts. Your video is now perfectly aligned for semantic search retrieval.
Let's transition over to our conclusion, your unfair YouTube advantage.
By understanding the distinct architecture of these two models, you've shattered the myth that you have to choose just one AI tool. Why this matters is entirely about your time and your quality. The old way meant days of manual research, staring at blank pages, and struggling to format a cohesive narrative. But the dual-engine way? It gives you a unified, data-backed strategy from Gemini, combined with natural, high-retention scripts from Claude, all generated in minutes. You get to focus entirely on your delivery and your community.
You now have the blueprint for a zero-code pipeline that gives you the capabilities of an entire production team. The tools are sitting right there waiting for you. So, the only question left is, what video are you going to conquer next with your own Hollywood studio? Get out there and start building.